Greetings and welcome to my World of Tanks video. Man, I have a good one for you today. I thought about it, and last week I had made that video of Himmelsdorff when I was in my Sexton, which turned out to be fantastic. And it just kind of was sitting in the back of my brain that I don't really have hardly any good videos of artillery play on my channel. Well, primarily because most of the time they're kind of boring, okay? Now that Himmelsdorff Sexton game was awesome. You know, where I killed 8 guys in like less than 5 minutes, it was unbelievable. So that's the kind of thing that's like, wow, that's awesome. I go, well, it's kind of funny. I said, well, you know, I thought, well, I'm going to do a video of my Frenchie 10, the 4-shot autoloader. And I thought, well, you know, that would be pretty good, you know, even in a boring game, just so people could see this in action. And so I actually played a game this morning, and my team was stupid. And that's what I didn't want to do, was have a video of my team being stupid and not doing their jobs. So I start off the game with a kill, setting it up, it's all going good, and it just goes downhill slowly from there. And it was really, you gotta be kidding me. Yeah. It's like, scrap that video. That's no good. Let me try another one. I got in there, I'm like, oh my God. They shoved me in Himmelsdorff. Really, dude? Well, whatever. There's nothing I can do. Well, there's 2 things I can do. You can play the game, or you can not play that game. I never sit there and not play the game. If I'm in to win. The other artillery on the other side's got the same problem I have. He's on a terrible artillery map too, so, you know, complaining about it isn't going to get you anywhere. So, I mean, I've played that map many times, so I know there's a chance to make some shots. I was on the lookout. You'll see that in the video. And there was a guy who was, you know, it's like he had some ideas of what to do. I'm like, okay, you know, what worst that can happen is that his ideas are no good and nothing happens. Well, that's what's going to happen most of the time anyway. So, and then I saw it. We were having a discussion. I didn't have any shot where he directed me to go. And then I had another idea, and then he asked me told me blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I was already on the way. So it was funny. I told him, I go, you know, great minds think alike, because I was already going to do exactly what he was suggesting would be a good idea to consider. So it was very helpful to have working headsets and guys trying to help the team. You know, it's not a question of, hey, I don't think you're any good, do what I tell you. That's not what it was. It was like, you know, suggestions like, if you look at it, it's like, well, most of the time, if you're there, if you're at a 10 artillery, you're probably not terrible. It just doesn't happen. You can't get a 10 artillery by being terrible. I guess you could buy your way there, but at some point, you're going to have to be playing the game, and you're going to have to make shots. It's one of those things. So, really awesome game. Those guys were fun. And there was another guy. His name was X Duckula X. He made a funny comment too. It was really funny. The other guy though was I think he was a PlayStation player, because he wasn't on Xbox, and so I couldn't send him a message. We just talked briefly, and then that was it. And I told him I'm making a video. I'm going to put this on YouTube and show you what's going on. So let me grab the video, and I'll be right back. Here we are in Himmelsdorff. I have switched to the action view so that more of the screen will be available. So, hooray, Himmelsdorff. Not one of the best maps.
Best spot already was right there. Because you hit banana road.
So he gave me the idea to go over there to the right. What, Alpha 5? To try and shoot Banana Road. So I agree, and I set up to try and get shots, and that's what you're going to see.
It's the tightest area with the most coverage.
That is a killer spot for that intersection. But nothing happened. I couldn't get a view on a tank fast enough to make it any value. So I've never done that, and I realized, you know what, this isn't really going to do much. So I wanted to check the upper level of the castle. Clearly not getting much success there. But I've been here before, so I know a place to go. I know a couple more places, actually. But seeing these guys on the upper level, my devious little mind started whirling. And I thought, I'm going to go over here to about Alpha 2. Okay, Alpha 3. Zoom in. He's dead, Jim. Fresh meat to the right. Boom. Three out of 4.
That's true.
There we go.
Yeah.
He's the last guy. It was unbelievable.
Last guy already. Last guy.
Pretty good. That was a fun game. Really what that did was highlight the value of the French Auto-Loader artillery, because I was able to rip 4 shots, killed a guy, hit 3 of the 4 in a very small window, and really helped the team turn the tide of the battle, killing that Kranwagen. So That was pretty awesome. I didn't want to say too much during the actual game in case you could hear what they were talking about. I wasn't sure. But the French Auto-Loader artillery was just absolutely fantastic with 3 out of 4 hits. And that guy was dog meat if I get a reload. So really I started firing, and then within a minute the game is over, which was just unbelievable. And those guys were like, yeah, that was pretty cool. So, fun game. Normally, Himmelsdorff for artillery is not that fun, even though that other video, if you haven't seen it, on Himmelsdorff was fun because, man, I was on fire. But this was real solid stuff. You can't beat that. It's like, hey, you know, they maneuvered in such a way where I could get shots. Usually they don't do that. So they must not have, you know, the guy that I killed and the other guy shot and missed the second shot. They must not have too much troubles with artilleries there. Otherwise, they wouldn't be going the direction that they went. So that was kind of the thing I was looking for, was excitement action that doesn't take 15 minutes of just nickel and diming guys for shots, because that can be kind of tedious. I didn't want to have a tedious match. I wanted one that was a little more upbeat, quicker. Super lucky on that. But just, you know, the fact that it showcased the absolute value that every other artillery in the game would have ended up, once I started firing, would have gotten 2 or maybe 3 shots total. That one I had 4, and I almost got to finish the final guy. So the ability of the auto-loader with the 4 shots to hammer guys, and in fact, in this case, to drill the first guy, shoot a second guy, and then hit the third guy twice, I think was just really showcased. I wasn't anticipating that happening, but that is one of the things that if someone sees this video, they're going to go, oh man, that French Auto-Loader, now I understand why people say that it's actually good. Now, for me personally, it's 50-50. I have American Tier 9 that I like. I have the American 10 also, but it stinks. It's not good. Okay. But if you like it, hey, that's fine, whatever. I don't recommend the American Tier 10. But I got it, you know, you get a 10, whatever. Okay. So I have the American 9, the American 10. The American 9 is my #1 artillery. It's phenomenal. This one is right there. Now, for me, I have the American a hair above the Frenchie 10. But the Frenchie 10 is right there with the American 9 as far as usefulness. And this game is perfect. If I knew I was going to Himmelsdorff, this is the one I would take. Okay? So on those maps where you might have some restricted shots, it's way better. On Himmelsdorff, and then there's other maps that would probably qualify as well, the French 10 is better than the American 9. On other maps, the 9 is probably better for me than the 10. But it's literally tomato, tomato. Whichever one floats your boat, you can't go wrong. But if you went American at some point, or if you were going to go for American to get the 10 and go, oh, it's a monster, not really. You know, it's okay. Max I ever killed in the American 10 was, I think, I want to say 3. But I think I had one that was better than that, but my team screwed it up. The most I ever won, let's put it this way, in the American 10, I killed 3 and 1. I've never killed more than 3 and 1. I think that's the correction. I think that I actually killed 5 one time, and we still lost because my team was garbage. It was me killing 5, not them setting me up. Like, these guys were awesome. they were doing their stuff, and they had these guys, and those guys couldn't do anymore, and so they were kind of frozen, waiting for their buddy to come in and roll the thunderball. So really a fantastic game. Hopefully you could catch some of what they were saying. I didn't want to say too much, but let the action speak for itself. But it was pretty cool. Nice guys, real fun match. So that's not how most artillery games tend to go. So hey, it was really a bonus, and I enjoyed the heck out of it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for stopping by. Give the video a like. Subscribe if you can. Please tell your friends. I'm kicking butt over here with a lot of helpful guys. It's really fun stuff. So I'll see you guys in the next one. One more thing. If you didn't hear it on the video clip, Duckula said, "Dude, you're the funniest artillery man I ever played with." That was awesome. Thanks a lot, man. So I made this little tag at the end just for you. Really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you guys later.